one of Coach Vogelman's primary focuses is defense. And this defense that he's put together, the coaches have put together, and get a chance to shine right out of the gate. Performed admirably to date.
Yes.
But not a bad thing for the Malvern Leopard to start with the defensive output.
How many times we've heard Coach Vogelman say, offense is nice and glitzy, but defense wins you championship.
Yeah,
and it's on every level. It's on the high school level. It's on the college level, and we even see it in the pros. That you got to have a good defensive unit. I want to tell you something. I really like this defensive unit for the Leopards.
We'd like to take a moment and congratulate one of the Malvern Leopards tonight, who we call him Javante. I believe he actually goes by J.J. Jones.
J.J. Jones.
Named one of Hooten's Magazine Scholar Athletes. One of 22 in the state. We'd like to thank J.J. Jones for his accomplishments both on the field and off. To be a scholar athlete, to excel in the classroom and the football field is something to be admired. Torres gets the kick away and fielded at the 15-yard line across the 20 to 30-yard line. Big hit, fumble on the ground. Leopards have it, and they'll get the start with the football.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, somebody laid a lick on him when he hit him. He had his helmet on the ball. Now they're wrestling. I tell you what, the aforementioned Kalen Burks was in on the bottom of that, and Kahid Don was in there, so I don't know actually who knocked the ball loose. Steve, did you see who knocked the ball loose? Okay, we're right up here.
Ron missed one thing.
What's that? What time is it, brother?
It is showtime. Leopards come to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the Bauxite 37-yard line. Wolford works out of shotgun. Two backs to either side. Gives up the middle, and that is to Dupree. Dupree met up near the 35. They'll spot him just shy of the 35. Pick up him a couple.
Big old number 55 for the Miners were in on that stop, and he's a big kid right there in that middle. He's a 12th grader, Justin Reeder, and they're going to have to move 55 out there a little bit if they're going to have some room, because Reeder's he's a Bauxite Miner. He's not real tall, but I mean he is built
like a center.
Built like a center. Yeah, he is.
Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Dupree sets up to Warford's right. Looking to throw now. Warford going to take off. He takes off up the middle. He'll be dropped just shy of the 30-yard line. About the 31.
Warford had a bit of room there. Number 80, Jacob Page, came in for the stop, and number 80, he's one of those ball players that I figure we're going to see a lot of number 80 on defense. He's very active, a tall kid that sees the field well, and good defensive player.
Third down and 3, really more or less a long 2 for the Leopards. 10:41 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Warford takes the snap. Swing pass right side to Dupree. Dupree hit about the line of scrimmage. He'll go nowhere. He'll actually maybe lose a little bit. He'll bring up fourth down for the Leopards. Ron, you got to figure at this spot, this deep in Miner territory, the Leopards are going to have to go for it.
Yeah, that's a stretch for Torres from there, but I believe that's number 31, the defensive back for the Miners, came up there and made an awful good stop, open field on.
Fourth down and 3 for the Leopards. We're going to set up twins left, split right, full backfield for the Leopards as Warford sets up in shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the give, pass, near side at the 30, the 25, first down and more at the 15, the 10, tackle made at the 10-yard line. That is Bryston Barnes on the reception. Barnes did an awful good job out here about the 15-yard line of shaking and moving a little bit. Made a linebacker miss him, and there's one man between. But I tell you what, you get Barnes out there one-on-one with anybody. The senior's been there. He's seen it. He's done it. It's got nice speed and nice moves and nice pickup. Barnes will split out the far side this time. Leopards on the near hash mark. One receiver to either side. Full backfield. Warford sets up in shotgun, takes a snap, first down, looking to throw, far side, and threw it before his receiver was set, and the pass will go incomplete, brings up second down at 10. Yeah, the coaches will see that. You got Barnes out there one-on-one with the corner, and
Barnes is going to win. He's going to win 60-70% of those. So I expect to see that back again. He's out there against number 12, and this Jordan Branson is a 10th grader. So we may see some more of that.
Second down and 10. Give up the middle. That's Jakiri Dupree. He'll get up to about the 10. They'll spot him just shy of the 10-yard line. Pickup of almost 3 yards.
A host of minors in there, but on the bottom of the pile was Justin Clifton, a 10th grader. Justin's number 58. He was on the bottom of the pile.
Brings up third down and 7. 9:20 to go here in the first quarter. Leopards on the opening drive after getting a fumble recovery on the opening kickoff. Warford looking to throw. Far side pass is incomplete at the 10-yard line, and tackle would have probably been made immediately. Brings up fourth down for the Leopards, and the kicking team coming out for Malvern. Jesus Torres and company head to the field.
Yeah, we figure the sophomore kicker, he's been awful good, and running out here with 9:06 left here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
This ball spotted about the 18. Kicks are up, and it is good. So a 28-yard field goal gives the Leopards the 3-0 lead with 9:03 to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football.
Your plumbing problems too big for you to handle? Call Pure Flow Plumbing for all types of plumbing needs. Call us at 501-467-0095. We are open from 8 to 4:30, and we are available 24 hours for emergencies. Pure Flow Plumbing says, go Leopards!
Let me get this straight. My free checking is only free now if I use my debit card 28 times a month? I don't think so. Time to switch. Malvern National Bank has true free checking with mobile and online banking, plus a free MasterCard debit card. I don't have to keep a minimum balance, no gimmicks. So I switched to Malvern National. Let's get serious. I'm not paying $7 a month for checking when I get it free at Malvern National. Malvern National Bank. Free checking, no gimmicks. That's what I want.
For 40 years, people have been coming to Western Sizzling for one thing, our flame-kissed steaks. Slow cooked, flame-kissed from the top and seared from the bottom to lock in the flavor. Topped off with our famous gold dust seasoning. It's what makes the difference. Flame-kissed, the definition of great steaks.
Gotta get to Western Sizzling. Yeah.
Back at the pit where the Leopards have a 3-0 lead here, scoring on a 28-yard field goal from Jesus Torres with 9:03 go in the first. Getting set to kick off again is Torres. Kick is away. High, long kick. This one fielded at the 5-yard line. Across the 15 to 20. Big running room across the 30. 35, 40. And finally run out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Malvern. Big return for the Bauxite Miners.
Yeah, the Miners did a good job. They did the same thing on this return with Phelan Barrett, a 10th grader, come flying up through there. Even on the fumble, they're coming up the middle and they're split, and there's some room coming up that middle on the return. So that's something the coach will work on. The Miners start the ball actually in Leopard territory, Mike.
Tim Dunlap up under center for the Miners. Gives underneath, and a gain up to about the 45 of Malvern. On the carry was Fallon Barnett.
Barnett, one of those kids that's going to go both ways. This is one of those things, that's that quick hitter off that V. I mean, it's just a quick dive. As if you're familiar with the old straight T, it's just a dive right off of the handoff right to the front back. Of course, the difference of the V, he's up a little bit closer, and by the V, I mean, it is a true V.
Dunlap under center once again, one receiver to either side. Takes a snap. Give up the middle once again. Good gain for the Miners. They're going to give them a first down up to the Malvern 37-yard line. On the carry for the Miners was number 23, Garrett Wilcox.
Wilcox just ran on the outside of his guard, and they pinched the tackle and pushed our tackle out, and that's that quick dive again.
Again to the line of scrimmage. Pitched far side, or near side rather, and Leopards gain tackle at the 35. On the carry that time was number 15, Trent Rooks.
That was that read we were talking about, you'd asked him about earlier. He read the linebacker and the tackle, and there wasn't anything there. But then also when he made the pitch to his trailing back, that was pretty well covered too. So nice play by the Leopards, bring up a 2nd and 8.
Second down as the quarterback steps under center. Give left to middle once again, and Trent Rooks finds very little running room to get up to about the 33-yard line. Pick up of a couple, brings up 3rd down and a long 5 for the Miners.
Yeah, our number 66, Isaac Wright, comes slanting in there from his defensive side, inside. Mason Morgan's out there playing, and looks like we got because Chris Elliott, number 53, is out there on the right end, and right there in the middle.
Then
Mason Morgan
sets up under center once again. Takes a snap, looking to throw, has some pressure, chased out of the pocket. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 33-yard line, very near the line of scrimmage. Brings up 4th down for the Miners.
Once again, Isaac Wright was out there putting a lot of pressure on him, along with Chris Bell and big old number 79 out there running around again.
Lost a yard on the play, brings up 4th down to 6. Miners offense still on the field, ball spotted at about the 33.
It's nice to see Trey Broughton out there. He had that foot injury, and we didn't know for sure, but he's out there playing.
Then Lab sets up in shotgun now as trips right, split left, takes a snap, looking to throw. Near side, ball is almost intercepted, goes incomplete. The Leopards will get the ball on downs.
I tell you what, Kevin Burks didn't realize that ball was coming through him, and actually maybe a little better field position, Les Burks could have taken it off, but he could take it off this left side, and he'd had some room. Nice stop by the Leopards.
Leopards come out on offense, ball at their own 33-yard line. Warford and company. Good to see Warford out there. Took some pretty good shots last week. Twins left, split right. As Jakiri Dupree set up to his left. Takes a snap, fakes to Dupree, swing pass. Near side at 35, 40-yard line. At midfield, the 40, at the 35, still on his feet at the 20, the 10, touchdown Malvern!
Marcel Bedford, I'm telling you what, you talk about coming down this sideline, the referee was right there on him, slowed down, picked up, and what a run. That's something the Leopards done. They've had a lot of success with the making a long play, and I want to tell you something, Mr. Bedford really did a good job of setting up the defensive back and then getting past him and showed a burst of speed. Torres back for the pit ball down. The kick is up and it is no good. He took a little left. Leopards lead this one. 5:53 left here in the first quarter. The Leopards are ahead 9-0.
Hi folks, I'm Darrell Teeter and I support the Leopards all the way. You need to support the local talent and also the local businesses. And remember what Teeter says, the more we spend on our youth, the less we'll spend on presidents later. So let's keep the kids busy and keep them happy. Let's do our job and support and give the boys a great feeling and fill these bleachers full every night. So come to the ball game and come to Teeter's. We'll see you later.
Everybody wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Larry's Pizza in Malvern?
I don't know about you, but I like their fresh ingredients in their homemade pizzas.
Well, I like their all-you-can-eat buffets on Tuesday and Friday nights.
How many pepperonis are on one slice of pizza at Larry's?
About like 6 to 7.
Larry's Pizza in Malvern is open Tuesday through Sundays from 11 to 9 o'clock. Their buffets are on Tuesday and Friday nights at 5.
We want the Malvern Leopards to have a successful football season.
Go Leopards!
I like working at Sykes because I get to help people. Helping people is a big part of what I'm about, what I like to do.
I like working at Sykes because it's a good learning environment and everybody is just wonderful. They work with you, everybody's nice, it's a good place to work.
We'll see you at Sykes.
Back at the pit, Ron McNamara, Mike Chance with you. Leopards leading 9-0. 5:53 to go here in the first quarter. A 67-yard pass from Warford to Marcel Bedford gave the Leopards a comfortable margin here in the first quarter. Of course, it's early on, Ron, and but you love to have that early lead as Jesus Torres gets set to kick off.
Well, it's a nice swing pass. I'll cover it in a minute.
Torres, short kick, fielded at the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. A fair catch it there. The Leopards defense takes the field. The Miners go out on the field 1st and 10.
That's one good thing about having a weapon like Torres with that leg. You know, he kicked deep, and quite honestly, the first 2 kickoffs deep, they had found a weakness up the middle. So Coach Fogelman just has Torres do a real high one. Guy has to do a fair catch, and they're starting out inside the 30-yard line.
Dunlap under center. Turns, gets a stab, pitch, far side, near side rather. Good running room across the 35, 40-yard line. First down for the Miners. On the carry was Trent Rooks. And Rooks gets up to about the 43-yard line.
Trent Rooks is a good-looking ball player, number 12. Is that number 12 or 10?
15.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 15. Okay, yeah. Trent Rooks, I thought, look in, 10th grader, good-looking football player.
Dunlap under center, turns, going far side, going to keep it up to the 45, 47-yard line. He'll be brought down after a gain of 4.
Well, you were talking about the speed of our linebackers and the ability to stretch that out. Anytime you take that first option out and pull the ball out and don't give it on the dive and you start to your left, then you're going to have to deal with those linebackers, and the speed of those linebackers really strung that play out to where there wasn't anything for the Miners to do, really.
Dunlap under center, give up the middle. Actually, Dunlap going to keep it, and he'll get up for about a yard. Be just shy of midfield, brings up 3rd down for the Miners.
Yeah, a quick read by Dunlap there off the tackle, and thought he could get past Trey Broughton, but guess what? You don't get past Broughton if he can get loose. And a little help there with on the linebacker. Trent Block was in there, so a nice play. 3rd and long here for the Miners.
3rd and 3, Dunlap. Keeping far side. Pitches, ball gets away, back inside the 40. Tackle made back at the 35.
Marcel Bedford again makes a great play on defense to back up his great play on offense. And we failed to name a modern care player of the game.
Actually, I picked one.
I picked him too. Marcel Bedford.
No. I actually picked Quante Walker, another of our linebackers.
I'll take
Quante will get in there before it's all over. I can promise you.
Yes, he will.
Low snap, fielded by the punter, gets it away.
Short punt.
Bounds at the 38, takes a minor roll down to about the 23-yard line of Malvern, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10. Leading this game 9-0, 3:47 to go here in the first quarter.
The pretty nice break there for the Miners. The center did not get it back to the punter, and he actually one-hopped it back there, and the punter was able to pick it up and get a decent punt with a real nice roll. But Leopards start out in real good position here in the 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
Trish Wright split left for Warford and Company as they come to the line of scrimmage. Warford working out a shotgun. 3:47 to go in the first quarter. Give up the middle. Trying to get the outside is Dupree. He's wrapped up quickly, and he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Really a nice open field tackle there by Hayden Bouquet. I butchered that name, but 10th grader for the Miners came up open field. Vogue, we'll call it anyway. Nice play.
I have no idea if that's right, but I'm going to say it convincingly.
Yeah, because he's pretty active. Well, I'm sure we'll be calling his name some more.
3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Leopards leading 9-0. 2nd down and 10 for Malvern. Warford working out a shotgun. Keeps it. Throws right side. Pass complete. 30-yard line. 1st down and more for the Leopards. Gain up to the 45 of Malvern.
Desjardins did a real good job getting that open, but the play was made by the quarterback. I mean, Warford fakes, and then looks like he's going to run everybody thinks he's going to run, and Desjardins out there open by himself.
Leopards come back to the line of scrimmage. Twins left, split right. Jakiri Dupree set up to Warford's right. 1st and 10. Dropping straight back, looking to throw over the middle, and it goes incomplete. He was looking for Dalton Holman there over the middle, and the pass goes incomplete.
Yeah, I believe there's a little miscommunication on that one because Holman was breaking open, and look, I don't know whether he, anyway, he didn't quite get the ball to him.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Leopards. Ball spotted just shy of the 45.
Leopards break the huddle.
Trips right, split left. Warford again working out a shotgun. Takes the snap, gives. Dupree fakes the give. Warford on the keeper. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll be dropped at the 48-yard line. Brings up 3rd down for Malvern and about 7.
I believe the Miners have seen enough film on Warford that they've got they got a couple of linebackers really shadowing him, and he had such a great game. Actually, up there's
got a flag down. It's going to be a sideline warning, we believe, against Bauxite. We'll wait for the signal.
He threw it on the Bauxite side, so
it's going to be a sideline warning, so no penalty yards assessed at this point. Again, 3rd down and 7 for the Leopards. Leopards need to get the ball up to about the Miner 45 for a first. Have the ball right now at their own 47. Twins left, Twins right. Warford again in shotgun. Takes a snap, looking to, the flags come down again. They're going to call a false start against Malvern, and that's going to move the ball back 5 yards. Going to make it about 3rd down and 12 for Malvern.
You know, on offense, we don't see him a whole lot of him. We'll probably see more and more as he grows and gets better. As Kalen Burks, number 4, is a wideout out here, and he's just a good athlete.
2:16 to go here in the first quarter. Leopards leading 9-0 as they come to the line of scrimmage here. 3rd down and 12. Ball at their own 43-yard line. Need to get over the Miner 45. Warford drops straight back, looking to throw over the middle. Pass is going to be incomplete. Really, a couple of receivers that could have been intended for. Irregardless, is going to bring up 4th down and 12, and most likely we're going to see the Malvern punting team.
Yeah, that could have been intended for Kalen Burks or Jordan Whitlock on that play. We don't know. But anyway, Malvern's first punt of the ball game, and nice stop there for the Miners. Of course, aided by a penalty, but nonetheless, it's a punt.
Colton Well trying to kick for Malvern. He'll set up at about the 28, gets a good snap, gets the kick away. Nice high kick, hits at about the 27 and pretty much comes to a dead stop there. That's where the Miners will take over 1st and 10. 2:01 to go here in the first quarter. Leopards leading 9-0.
As actually the Miners are starting on, that's the second time they're on the 27-yard line. They broke a couple of plays loose, but so far the Leopards have been doing pretty good against this Beer offense. As the game progresses, we expect changes from the Miners, and we expect adjustments by the Leopards.
Dunlap under center. Give up the middle. Good running room for the Miners as they're going to get up over midfield inside the Malvern 40 up to the 36-yard line, and a huge gain on 1st down for Bauxite.
Well, it's that quick dive that Coach Fogelman was talking about that you have to be aware of, because it is that hole opens up so quick, and that back is at that hole so quick that he can be past your linebackers before they realize what's going on, and then it's up to a corner or safety to make the tackle.
1st down and 10 for Bauxite. Take the snap. Give up the middle once again. This time Leopard defense is ready. No gain on the play.
Yeah.
Gain of maybe a half a yard.
Leopards did a real good job on that inside trap. The quarterback turns around and they do a trap block and they run the opposite back over on the other side of the line, and they've had some success with that before. The Leopards were all over that one.
Call it second down and about 9.5 for the Miners as they come back to the line of scrimmage. One receiver dive, the side Dunlap. Under center takes a snap.
Quick dive.
Give up the middle on that dive play once again. Gain up to the 33 of Malvern.
Well, nice stop there because Quante Walker's right there, and he's closes on that linebacker spot close enough to close that gap and get a hold and hang on to him.
That is your Modern Care isolated player of the game, Quante Walker. Dunlap and the Miners coming back to the line of scrimmage. Inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Leopards leading 9-0 as Dunlap steps under center. Third down and 6. Dunlap looking to throw. Chased out of the pocket. Lets it go. It is incomplete. Well shy of his intended receiver. To bring up fourth down for the Miners.
29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Leopards lead this one 9-0, and past history repeats itself. The Miners will not punt and go for on this 4th and 7, Mike.
Second time tonight, the Miners gone for it on fourth down. Both times been well within Leopard territory. 4th down and 7 as Dunlap sets up in shotgun. Trips right, split left, flags on the play. It's going to be a false start, we believe, against the Miners.
Now they called offside against Malvern.
They are going to call encroachment against the Leopards. It's going to give the Miners 5 yards and make this about a 4th and 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Leopards had lined up past the neutral zone, and that's one thing you're not allowed to do. So anyway, changes things a little bit for a while. That was
Make
long.
that 4th and 1.
They go from 4th and 7 to 4th and 1 on a 5-yard penalty. But
4th down, 27 seconds to go here in the quarter. Dunlap under center, turns, gives to his fullback, hit immediately, and we'll see. Looks like he may have enough for the first as he got over the 25, and that will be enough for the Bauxite first down.
Yeah, Dunlap was hit real quick on that play too, and but they didn't have a chance to give it to his other V-back and got it across there.
1st and 10 for Bauxite, inside 20 seconds. They hustle back to the line. Looks like they're going to try to get one more play off before the quarters. Dunlap steps under center, takes the snap. Going to keep it this time off the right side. Dunlap at the 20-yard line, knocked down at the 17. Pick up of about 8 on the play. We got a flag on the back side. We'll see what that is.
Yeah.
Clock stops with the end of the quarter.
We haven't seen the call yet.
Personal foul against Malvern. Not sure what happened on the back side of the play there, but that's going to give the Miners 15 yards. Nonetheless, it's the end of the quarter. Leopards lead 9-0. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football.
This is Darcy with Modern Care Medical Sales and Rentals in Malvern. We are conveniently located in the Doctors Complex by the Hot Spring County Hospital. Come by and see our large inventory of power chairs, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, diabetic supplies, oxygen supplies, CPAP, braces, and supports. We are locally owned and operated with patient service and satisfaction as our #1 priority. Please come and see us or call us at 501-337-9503.
For 40 years, people have been coming to Western Sizzling for one thing: our flame-kissed steaks. Slow cooked, flame-kissed from the top and seared from the bottom to lock in the flavor. Topped off with our famous gold dust seasoning. It's what makes the difference. Flame-kissed, the definition of great steaks.
Gotta get to Western Sizzling. Yeah.
At Farmers Bank and Trust here in Malvern, many of our employees are parents of children in the Malvern school system. Farmers Bank wants you to know that we appreciate all you do for our children and our community. Your involvement in our children's lives is crucial to their continued development. Thank you, teachers and staff from Farmers Bank.
Farmers Bank and Trust.
Go Leopards!
Here for you.
Member FDIC.
we are going to have a look in Dr. Deaver's office. Here is his friendly staff. Oh look, it's the leopard!
I'm pulling for the leopards. We're going to drill the opponents.
For all your dental needs, call Stephen Eifert, DDS at 501-337-9559. No person or animal was harmed in the making of this commercial.
Go Leopards!
Back at the pit in Bauxite, where the Leopards lead 9-0 at the end of one quarter, but the Miners are threatening and got the benefit there of a personal foul, which is going to give them great field position inside the Malvern 20. We'll see where this ball is spotted. But it's spotted about the 9-yard line.
Yep.
Penalty, first and goal.
A penalty that you really don't need, and
Dunlap under center, Twins left. Run up the middle, goes nowhere for the Miners. I say goes nowhere. Looks like they got up to about the 7. Gain of a couple on the play.
Just beginning of the second quarter here, the Leopards lead this one 9-0, but the Miners are on the 7-yard line with second and goal.
Dunlap again under center. Give up the middle again, and Leopards right there. Gain up to about the 5. Gain of a couple brings up third and goal from the 5.
Once again, that quick dive, and Garrett Wilcox, number 23, they just do a quick dive on him and try to get that little isolation block in the seam. But nice recovery and nice fill in there by Trent Block.
Now Dunlap going to set up in shotgun. Twins left, trips left, split right. Dunlap looking throw near side towards the corner. It's tipped on the outside by Trent Block, and the Leopards hold there, brings up fourth down.
Boy, Block had a pick 6 there. I mean, he had his hands on a little bit high, but he had nothing but green in front of him if he could have pulled that one in. Big fourth down here for Leopards, 4th and 5, and it looks like the Miners are going to go for it.
Third time tonight, the Miners have gone for it on fourth down. Could get an easy 3 here possibly, but they're going to go for it. Trish left, split right. Again, Dunlap sets up in shotgun. One man to his right. Takes the snap, fumbles the snap, and is going to be chased out of the pocket. Throws towards the end zone, well high and out of bounds. The Leopards are going to take over on downs at their own 5-yard line.
Nice pressure by the interior of the Leopard line there. They didn't have any time to set up, and consequently he couldn't run because of the linebacker cover, and we forced a bad pass.
Leopards offense back out. Need 95 yards.
Leopards come into it, and 95 yards away from 6 points.
Warford sets up in shotgun. Give underneath. Gary Dupree bouncing it to the outside. He's at the 10. He'll pick up about 6 yards for Malvern.
Dupree looked like he had a little bit more running room than that, but nice play by by number 80. I believe that's number 85 for the Miners. Didn't go for the fake, and Logan Williams, number 11th grader, really did a nice job of coming in and taking on Dupree.
Brings up 2nd down and 4. Ball spotted at the 11. 10:18 to go. Malvern leads 9-0. Warford takes a snap. Give.
There you go.
Across the far side. Big running room across the 30. The first down for Malvern.
Nice play right there. That was, you might almost call that one student body left to student body right. And the Leopards really did a good job. Was that
Dupree on the carry for Malvern? Gives the Leopards a first down and 10. They started this drive at their own 5, now at their own 32. Trips right, split left. Again, Warford working out a shotgun as Dupree set up to his left. Takes a snap. Gives to Dupree, up the middle. Dupree up over the 40-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first. Pickup of 9 on the play. They'll spot him back at the 40, make that 2 yards shy of the first.
Leopard's done a real good job. The backs has been against the wall back here on this, starting this, like you say, inside the 5, and they're already out to the 40-yard line. 9:44 left here in the first half. The Leopards lead this one 9-0, and moving the ball on these Miners.
Second down and 2. Warford takes a snap. Flag comes out. My money is going to be against Malvern. Wait on the signal from the official. It is going to be offsides against Malvern.
One looked like, yeah. You know, the wide receiver goes over and he checks with the line judge, and the line judge either gives him a yes or no, and obviously he didn't get the yes or no, but the wide receiver looked right at him, and
we'll bring up second down and 7 for Malvern.
Yeah. We invite you to watch this tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Channel 13, Suddenlink. Thanks for Suddenlink for making all this possible.
Warford takes snap. Pass near side, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver at the 40-yard line. Bison Barnes couldn't come up with it. Would have been about 2 yards shy of the first, and brings up third down and 7.
Bryson had a little bit of green in front of him, Mike, and I think he was wanting to take off just before he got the ball in his hands.
Third down and 7 for Malvern. Leopards come to the line of scrimmage. Trips right, split left. Jakiri Dupree set up to Warford's left. He's working out a shotgun. Has some pressure. Swing pass near side. Breaking a tackle at the 40, the 50-yard line. First down, Malvern. Dejor Dawn on the reception.
Boy, I tell you what, he just runs good routes, makes people miss him. Really has developed into a really nice receiver. Little screen pass, and Leopards pick up a big 1st and 10, still to keep the chains moving toward that Bauxite end zone.
1st and 10 for Malvern. Ball just shy of midfield. Warford working out a shotgun. His 2 tight ends in. 1 receiver to either side. Turns, gives. Dupree up the middle, and he works his way into Miner territory up near the 45 as the flag comes in. They're going to probably call holding against the Leopard would be my guess. That's exactly what it is. But flag thrown at the 47-yard line.
Hey, the flags seem to be running on the Leopard side instead of the Miner side so far.
Only one-sided so far, Ron? Surely not. So penalty moves the ball. Wow. Obviously the penalty wasn't where the flag was.
No.
Actually, not too bad. Maybe a yard off from where the flag was. Warford working out a shotgun. First down, 18. Looking to throw. Pass complete underneath the Dupree. Dupree hit at the 40, and he'll be dropped very quickly. Good play there by the Miners.
Got to watch this right there in the end of the play. Our number 53 comes through there, Chris Elliott, just lays a lick on the kid standing around there not doing anything.
I'm going to bring up second down and about 20 for Malvern. 7:56 to go here in the first half. Leopards leading 9-0. Twins to either side. Jakiri Dupree set up to Warford's right as he takes a snap. Drops straight back, has some pressure, escapes one man. Looking to throw. Now he's going to keep it. Over the 50-yard line, hit and wrapped up at the 45. Great run by Warford, and he's going to turn this into a third down and 5.
Yeah,
and they're going to spot him 2 yards shy of that.
Wow.
Excuse me, that was Holman on the field for the Leopards. And they spotted him 2 yards shy of where he ended up, I thought, but
we're sitting right here looking at it. So anyway, big third down here.
Where we're sitting right now, nothing surprises me.
Holman remains in at quarterback.
Holman working out of shotguns, trips left, split right. Takes a snap, looking throw, has some pressure, lets it go. It is incomplete, out of man at the 25. And unfortunately, Marcel Bedford didn't see that pass till a little bit too late.
Well, we have to remember too, Holman's got a real good arm and a real quick release, and he let the ball go. And Bedford, it was actually over Bedford had turned to the inside, and it's kind of over his outside shoulder. But Bedford catch that with 90% of the time. That ball just got there a little quick on him, didn't it, Mike?
Yeah, it got there a little bit quick. Of course, Holman had some pressure on him back there and had to get rid of it. Made a good throw. Leopard set to punt. Punter set up at the 41, gets a good snap and lines this one towards the sideline. Going to be hit and fielded at the 10-yard line, return up to about the 14, and that's where the Miners will take over first and 10.
6:53 left here in the first half. The Leopards lead this one 9-0 with got out of the shadow of their own goal line there on that, starting at the 5-yard line, and the Miners start inside their own 15. So a good swap on field position, even if you don't come away with points, Mike.
Yeah, of course, the Miners had good success early on in their last drive. Dunlap and company come back to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to either side as he steps under center. Give up the middle once again. Little or no gain on the play. Well, gain up to about the 16-yard line. They'll say gain of 3. Looks like more or less 2 to me. Bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, Justin James in there. We see number 7 everywhere from his middle linebacker spot, and really did a good job there plugging the hole.
6:30 to go here in the first half. Leopards leading 9-0. Miners come to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 8. Again, one receiver to either side. Give up the quarterback on the keeper, and he's going to get up over the 20 to about the 21-yard line. Pick up a 5, brings up third down and about 3.
Well, you talk about somebody staying at home, playing their position. I tell you what, Justin really, James did a great job there because they'd run a misdirection and a fake, and their quarterback, I tell you what, Dunlop was one step away from going a long ways, but James was right there to wrap him up.
Dunlap again under center, drops back, looking throw, chase out of the pocket.
Holding.
Has some pressure and gets the pass away complete up at the 30-yard line. Obvious hold, not called.
2 holds.
That's not surprising based on everything we've seen so far tonight.
Wow, I tell you what, they about took the jersey off of Trey Broughton. I don't know what holding is, but I guess they don't call it here. But anyway, nice pickup for the Miners. They get out of a hole, get a first and 10.
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 5:30 to go here in the first half as the Miners come back to the line of scrimmage. Dunlap working out a shotgun, has trips right, split left. Takes a snap, gets away from him. Dunlap and the Leopards are going to pick it up on the return for the Leopards. Touchdown, Malvern. Mason Morgan picks up the fumble and goes into the end zone.
Yeah, I guess, things, karma. What goes around comes around. Anyway,
Karma is a female dog.
Morgan
5-17
does a great job of doing the pick 6 there, and there was a couple Leopards around the ball. Unfortunately, it was just a bad snap to Tim Dunlap, and I don't know when he took the ball off his ball, but it just a little high and missed it. Jesus ball down. Torres' kick is up, and it looks good from here, and the Leopards take a lead here in 5:17 left in the first half. The Leopards lead this one 16-0.
Everybody wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Larry's Pizza in Malvern?
I don't know about you, but I like their fresh ingredients in their homemade pizzas.
Well, I like their all-you-can-eat buffets on Tuesday and Friday nights.
How many pepperonis are on one slice of pizza at Larry's?
About like 6 to 7.
Larry's Pizza in Malvern is open Tuesday through Sundays from 11 to 9 o'clock. Their buffets are on Tuesday and Friday nights at 5. We want the Malvern Leopards to have a successful football season.
Go Leopards!
Hi folks, I'm Darrell Teeter and I support the Leopards all the way. You need to support the local talent and also the local businesses. And remember what Teeter says, the more we spend on our youth, the less we'll spend on presidents later. So let's keep the kids busy and keep them happy. Let's do our job and support and give the boys a great feeling and fill these bleachers full every night. So come to the ball game and come to Teeters. We'll see you later.
I like working at Sykes because I get to help people. Helping people is a big part of what I'm about, what I like to do.
I like working at Sykes because it's a good learning environment and everybody is just wonderful. They work with you, everybody's nice, it's just a good place to work.
We'll see you at Sykes.
Back at the pit here in Bauxite, Leopards leading 16-0. Getting set to kick off is Jesus Torres.
Tell you what, the Miners need to get something going here late here in this second half, and because they're still within striking distance, but the Miners don't need to let this one get away from them. A 3 and out and another score with the Leopards, and it can be pretty tough on these guys.
Torres kicks it towards the sideline. Going to be fair caught at the 31-yard line. That's where the Miners will take over 1st and 10.
Once again, Jordan Branson, number 12 for the Miners. He's I don't know that he's been off the field. Here he comes off now. The kid plays a lot of football.
1st and 10 for Bauxite. Ball spotted at their own 31-yard line. And it looks like we may have a new quarterback. It's going to be number 12, Jordan Branson.
Branson has moved back into quarterback. Said he didn't get off the field much.
Trips left, split right. Branson takes a snap, looking to throw over the middle. Has a man at the 40, up to about the 44. Gained up to a 44 to be a 1st down.
Jacob Page does a nice job of finding a little seam right there in the middle after running the corners off, and Branson does a good job of getting the ball to a nice quick release on Branson's part.
One man split to either side as Branson steps under center. Turn, give, up the middle, and very little running room there for the Miners. Gain up to about the 46-yard line.
Well, the Leopards come out and they show Holman to the Miners real early, and now the Miners are showing the Leopards a new quarterback in Branson.
Branson is a sophomore for the Miners. He's going to set up in shotgun. Trips left, split right. One back set up to his right. Takes a snap, drops straight back, throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete, almost picked off. Two Leopards had a shot at that, including Kalen Burks.
Yeah, Kalen Burks and the Malvern isolated player of the game, Quante Walker, had a shot at it too, and Miners were lucky there. Looks to me like the sophomore that we have in a quarterback, Branson, seems to be more of a thrower than Dunlop.
Good arm on the kid.
The kid's got a good arm, and he's just a sophomore.
Sets up in shotgun. 3rd down and 8. Rolling to his left. Going to keep it, and he is going to be dropped at the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Miners. And the clock continues to roll. 4:05 to go here in the second quarter. Leopards leading 16-0.
Once again, the modern care player of the game, Quante Walker, came back in there for a nice stop on the Miners.
4th down and 8, and Miners getting set to punt. Punter sets up back at the 30-yard line. Gets a low snap, fields it, gets it away. Nice kick. High, a fair catch called for at the 33-yard line by Marcel Bedford, and that's where the Leopards, I said the 33, the 27. That's where the Leopards will take over 1st and 10.
I am impressed with the Miner punter. I mean, he hasn't had a clean snap back to him yet, and the kid is really cool. Watches the ball in. He caught that one on a short bounce as opposed to a long bounce the last time, and does a good job watching it back in and gets a nice high punt. And
he's got good range back there.
Yes, he does.
Bedford back in. Warford back in for the Leopards. The quarterback takes a snap, looking to throw right, left side, throws complete. Minimal gain on the play. Good tackle made on the far side. And that on the reception for Malvern was J.J. Jones.
And we told you that Branson didn't go off the field much. He comes up from his safety spot there, and actually his corner, and makes a good open field on J.J. Jones.
Pickup of about 3 on the play. Maybe 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8. 3:09 to go here in the half. Leopards leading 16-0. Warford working out a shotgun. Twins to either side. Looking throw. Near side. Pass is complete to Bryson Barnes up at just shy of the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down for Malvern and about 3.
Bryson did a real good job. Bryson did a real good job of going down and getting that ball, and he couldn't. He actually had his knees on the ground as he went down. Mike couldn't go anywhere, but did a good job of getting a reception, turning a low ball into a good reception.
Warford again working out a shotgun. Twins left, split right. Takes a snap, looking throw to his left. Pass complete, and fumble on the play recovered by Malvern. Just like I say, it's by Malvern. Just like the referee's calling the other way, and the Miners have it.
Looked like anyway. Bauxite's got the ball. 2:22 left here in the first half, and.
And Miners going to take over at the Malvern 42-yard line. Be 1st and 10. 2:22 to go in the half. Leopards leading 16-0. Defense trying to preserve that 16-point lead. One receiver to either side. Branson still in at quarterback. Steps under center. Fakes to give. Going to keep it himself. And he'll get up over the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Yeah, so just right at 2 minutes left here in the half with Branson's arm, we expect to see him air the ball out a little bit here because, of course, they've got all 3 timeouts left, but time is definitely on the side of the Leopards on this one.
Branson still in at quarterback. One man split to the left, one to the right, full backfield as he steps under center. Branson give underneath again, dive play up to about the 35, pick up of 3. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Miners. Clock continues to roll. Minute 36 to go here in the first half.
Miners, we've got 3 timeouts here and got a minute and a half left, and choosing not to use those timeouts now.
Inside a minute and a half. 3rd down and 4 as the Miners come to the line of scrimmage. They've gone for it on 4th down, so you've got to figure they've got at least 2 more in them here. Branson working out a shotgun. Twins to either side. We've got a timeout on the field. The Miners want to talk about it. Minute 10 to go here in the first half. 16-0. Malvern leads Bauxite. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football.
For 40 years, people have been coming to Western Sizzling for one thing: our flame-kissed steaks. Slow cooked, flame-kissed from the top and seared from the bottom to lock in the flavor. Topped off with our famous gold dust seasoning. It's what makes the difference. Flame-kissed, the definition of great steaks.
Gotta get to Western Sizzling. Yeah.
You believe this? My bank sends me this letter saying I don't have free checking anymore, and now I gotta pay $8 a month. Forget them. Malvern National Bank has free checking, and I switched. Why not? Free mobile and online banking, a free MasterCard debit card, free e-statements, write all the checks I want, free. No minimum balance. Get serious, I'm not paying some bank $8 a month for checking when I get the same thing at Malvern National for free. There's free checking at Malvern National Bank, and that's what I want.
I like working at Sykes because I get to help people. Helping people is a big part of what I'm about, what I like to do.
I like working at Sykes because it's a good learning environment and everybody is just wonderful. They work with you, everybody's nice. It's just a good place to work.
We'll see you at Sykes.
Back at the pit.
Talk about Mikey's culinary.
Not culinary. Culinary.
That's
2 different things.
Culinary desires here. He's hungry. Always hungry.
Now Dunlap back in. He's looking to throw. Underneath. Passes. Picked up by Malvern to the 25. The 30-yard line. Bedford at the 40-yard line. He'll be run out of bounds at the 41. Marcel Bedford with the interception with 59 seconds to go in the half.
You know, Mike, our D-backs have had their hand all over the ball tonight. They've dropped a couple of them, and you kind of expected that to happen sooner or later, maybe once or twice. But Leopards, 59 seconds left here in the half, leading this 16-0. We'll see what Coach Fogelman dials up.
16-0, as Ron said. Leopards with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Just inside a minute to go. Twins left, split right. Two backs in the backfield. Brad Warford looking to throw. Far side, incomplete. Looking for Marcel Bedford out in the flat.
But I tell you, we had, Desjardins was way behind him. He was out there.
Leopards come back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm sorry, that was not Desjardins. That was, I got my numbers mixed up. 21 instead of 12. And that'd be J.J. Jones.
Warford working out a shotgun. Twins left, split right, looking to his left. Now Warford escapes some pressure, going to keep it up over the 45-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 47. Brings up 3rd down for the Leopards and about, we'll call it 4 yards. 38 seconds left in the half. Leopards come back to the line of scrimmage. Warford again out of shotgun. Takes a snap. Drives straight back. Escapes some pressure. Going to throw near side. Looking for Bryston Barnes. And the pass broken up along the near side. And good play out there by the Miners. It says 47. I don't have a
47. Nice play with that young man to break on the ball and break in front of it.
Clock stops. 24 seconds to go in the half. Leopards leading 16-0. Like to add to it possibly for the end of the half. Of course, Ron, the Leopards will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, so you don't want to do anything here that's going to get these Miners fired up coming out in this second half.
Trish right, split left, fake to give. Warford keeps it on 4th down. He'll be stopped well shy of the 1st. Right along the line of scrimmage. Clock stops with 18 seconds to go, and the Malvern defense is going to have to hold the Miners out with 18 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, it's one thing that Coach Fogelman really didn't want to do. Didn't want to give the ball back up to him, thinking that quarterback draw might work and fool him. But Miners did a good job staying home and stopped Warford there, and they got a 1st and 10 with 17.8 seconds to go here in the half.
1st down and 10 for the Miners. Dunlap, I believe, under center. He is. He gives them the dive play. Nothing happening there.
It looks like the Miners want to take this. And
we got a flag thrown in the defensive backfield. Not sure what happened there. Well, Kalen Burks was standing near the flag. Could have very well been a personal foul, but didn't really see anything. Of course, I was watching where the ball was, and this was well away from the action of the play.
And the problem is that's twice with it. If it's against these Leopards and it looks like they're going to mark it off against these Leopards, you just can't afford that in a conference game. I mean, these are 2 15-yard penalties all of a sudden. They're at the 30-yard line, and they got one more play that could really turn this ball game around. Leopards got to be smart, and I'm sure Coach Fogelman will address that at halftime, don't you?
Absolutely, and they're going to put some time back on this clock. Penalty moves the ball up to the 30-yard line. It was an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Leopards. I'm not sure they've still yet to reset the clock. Twins side to side. They're putting 6.5 seconds on the clock. What have they figured out 6.5 seconds?
And it's running now. It's over, yeah.
Dunlap takes a snap, looking towards the end zone. Has a man out there, and it is incomplete, and almost a touchdown for the Miners.
I tell you what, Bratton That's just why Jordan Branson goes out there, and that's just why you can't do anything stupid like that at the end of the ball game and get a penalty, because all of a sudden this could have been a 7-16 ball game, and you just don't want to go through that and let these minors back in it.
Well, as Ron said, though, that is the end of the half. Leopards go into the locker room with a 16-0 halftime lead. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your plumbing problems too big for you to handle? Call Pure Flow Plumbing for all types of plumbing needs. Call us at 501-467-0095. We are open from 8 to 4:30, and we are available 24 hours for emergencies.
Pure Flow Plumbing says, "Go Leopards!"
This is Darcy with Modern Care Medical Sales and Rentals in Malvern. We are conveniently located in the Doctors Complex by the Hot Spring County Hospital. Come by and see our large inventory of power chairs, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, diabetic supplies, oxygen supplies, CPAP, braces, and supports. We are locally owned and operated with patient service and satisfaction as our #1 priority. Please come and see us or call us at 501-337-9503.
Let me get this straight. My free checking is only free now if I use my debit card 28 times a month? I don't think so. Time to switch. Malvern National Bank has true free checking with mobile and online banking, plus a free MasterCard debit card. I don't have to keep a minimum balance, no gimmicks. So I switched to Malvern National. Let's get serious. I'm not paying $7 a month for checking when I get it free at Malvern National. Malvern National Bank. Free checking, no gimmicks. That's what I want.
Well, we are set for the second half here from the pit in Bauxite. The Miners getting set to kick off. Leopards leading 16-0 as we get the third quarter underplay. Fielded at the 15-yard line across the 20, the 25, and tackle made up at just shy of the 30. Good coverage there for the Miners. Leopards will start out 1st and 10.
Yeah, Dupree took the ball up the middle and didn't have any place to go.
Leopards come to the line of scrimmage, or excuse me, huddle up rather.
We got two. Here.
Warford going to start out under center here to start the second half. One receiver to either side. Dupree alone in the backfield. Fumbled snap. And Warford picks it up, fortunately for the Leopards. He's going to lose about a yard on the play.
Not a real good beginning right there for the Leopards. It looked to me like they just barely missed a motion call over on the left side of the offensive line. So gave it away. But anyway, brings up a 2nd and 12. Fortunately, the Leopards did not leave the ball on the ground, so all was not lost. It was just not a good way to start the offensive series on the second half.
Twins to either side, 2nd and 12 for Malvern. Warford working out a shotgun, takes a snap, fakes to give, has some pressure, throws over the middle, it's complete at the 50-yard line. Oh my goodness, J.J. Jones. I'm going to have to change it.
J.J. really did a good job of watching the ball, and
I'm not sure it was intended for J.J., but he got it.
He was, I believe, it was overthrown. Wolford had a lot of pressure on him, and I believe the ball was a little bit overthrown for his intended receiver, and J.J. was there anyway to save the day or to save that play. Leopards have a 1st and 10 now at the 50-yard line.
Leopards at midfield. Warford working out a shotgun, gives to Dupree. Dupree up the middle, has a big gain. He's got a Leopard first down. They'll spot him at the 39 of Bauxite.
They let him run just a little bit of delay from his right to his left, and gave those offensive linemen a little bit of time to open up a hole for Dupree, and he waited for the hole to open up and did a good job. We remind you, tomorrow at 4 o'clock you can watch this ball game in its totally, I guess would be the word.
Now, you had it right the first time. I'll give you credit.
Channel 13.
Leopards back at the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 39 of Bauxite. Give. Dupree hit at the line of scrimmage. He may lose a yard. Flag comes flying in. That usually means holding.
Yeah, from coming back in there, and we know it's going to be against the Leopards. So
It is holding against Malvern. Flag thrown to 39. Should move the Leopards back to the 49 and will bring up first and 20.
Yeah.
Assuming Bauxite takes it, and they will.
Yeah.
So the ball moved just inside of midfield, the Bauxite side of midfield, brings up first and 20. Really about 21.
21, but yeah. 10-18 here in the third quarter. Leopards lead this one 16-0.
Wolford working out a shotgun as twins right, split left, two backs in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops straight back, looks to throw, fakes. Now looking long, has a man down there. It's Bryson Barnes, and he misses it as Barnes turned inside. The ball was thrown outside. It will bring up second down.
They call that incidental contact between the corner and Barnes, and
not really sure Barnes had a shot at that one either way.
Either way, yeah, because it was the same thing. We had the same thing happen down here earlier on a pass play that Marcel Bedford, a pass play from Holman, turned to his left and the ball went to his right.
Again, full backfield this time for Malvern. Three backs in the backfield to give is to Dupree. Dupree off the left side. Flag goes flying in as Dupree gets up to about the 42-yard line. I got a feeling they're calling holding once again on Malvern.
Yeah, they're, wow.
That flag was thrown well in the backfield of the left.
Yeah, the sad thing about that was thrown by, that play was behind the play. I'll tell you what, the back judge, he had no doubt in his mind that it was holding. I mean, he threw it in there for
he missed a great one earlier on the other side.
Yeah, he missed a good one on the other side, but Leopards got their work cut out for them now.
Brings it up second down and a mile for the Leopards. Warford looking to throw. Under pressure, gets it away. It's incomplete. He was looking for a receiver at the 40-yard line, a little high. Bring up third down for Malvern. Third down, and they're saying 21. I'm going to say it's more 31. We'll say, yeah. We got Steve Laverne to our left. He says it's 31. I won't dispute his math abilities.
It's not 21. It's third and, yeah, they need to add 10 to it.
There we go. Wolford again working out a shotgun. Has some pressure. Lets it go. Far side. He is overshooting a wide open Marcel Bedford. Bedford had two steps on his coverage man, and it's going to bring up fourth down for the Leopards. They're going to have to punt it away with 9:42 to go here in the third quarter.
The Leopards just have not connected on those long passes because we've had receivers deep behind the D-backs most of the night tonight, and Wolford just overthrowing them just a tad.
Colton Welch in to punt for the Leopards. Sets up at his own 27, gets a high snap, but fields it cleanly, gets it away. Nice long spiral punt fielded at the 16, and the Leopards with great coverage. Down there making the tackle is Jakiri Dupree for the Leopards.
Nice play. Shows Dupree's speed and down there. So anyway, Leopards turned it back over on punting the ball back to the Miners. 9:31 left here in the third quarter. The Leopards lead this one 16-0. Miners' first offensive possession here in the second half, Mike.
Coming out is Dunlap. Again, they lost the sophomore Jordan Branson. Dunlap turns, gives. Dive play up the middle, and good gain on first down. Flag comes flying in from the side. It may be a face mask against the Leopards.
Yeah,
it is going to be a face mask.
I tell you what, the Miners have done a great job of playing penalty-free ball tonight.
That is going to be a 15-yarder against the Leopards. It's going to give the Miners a first down.
Leopards have continually hurt themselves with penalties. Really, it's been unusual because the first ball games we were basically penalty-free, and it's something that the Leopards haven't been doing lately.
Ball at the 39 of Bauxite. Dunlap turns, gives, dive play, gain of maybe 3 on the play, up to about the 38 of the Miners. Bring up Second down and 7, maybe 8 yards. We'll wait on the spot.
You can tell the bread and butter plays of this Miners, these Bauxite Miners. It's that veer, and that's keep running that ball between the tackles and hit in the middle, hit the middle, hit in the middle.
Gain 2 on the previous play. We'll call it second down and 8. Dunlap working out a shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to keep it off the right side, has some running room up over the 45. He'll be brought down there, and that's going to bring up third down and 5, or third down and 4 rather, for Bauxite.
Leopards really need to go ahead and stop them here and get a 3 and out and get the ball back and eliminate some of these penalties and get some offensive movement going here in the second half.
Now third down and 4 for the Miners. 8:13 to go here in the third quarter. Leopards leading 16-0. Dunlap under center for the Miners.
Well, they're around the ball.
Dive play once again. Pick up good gain there on third down. It's going to bring up 4th for Bauxite, but they'll be about a yard shy of the first.
Yeah, they've continually gone on it for 4th down, and
this is a precarious place to be going for.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a little bit of desperation on the part of the Miners here to get back in this ball game.
Yeah, there's 6, 9 in the box. Give up the middle, first down for the Miners as the running back gets to midfield.
Yeah. Nice job by the right side of the Bauxite offensive line to actually stand the defensive the Leopards up on defense and move them back.
Ball right at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Miners. Twins left, split right as Dunlap sets up in shotgun, looking to throw, drops straight back. Over the right side, it is incomplete. On the far side of the field, he was looking for number 80, Jacob Page, who's made at least one good reception tonight for the Miners.
Well, the corners that these sophomore corners are so quick and so fast. They close so quick that what looks like could be an open route, you've got about 2 or 3 Leopards around there before they get anyway.
2nd and 10 for Bauxite as Dunlap steps under center. This time 1 receiver to either side. Back to the veer style offense. Dunlap keeping off the right side. Drops at the line of scrimmage.
Got a foul flag back here behind it, and I don't think it could be a Leopard holding, so I don't know what it is. Chop block.
Illegal block. The Malvern crowd reacts very
the first flag against the Miners tonight. They get a standing ovation from the Malvern crowd for throwing the flag. So, but it has. I tell you, it's been a
Well, you know, it's easy to criticize from the sideline and from up here in the press box. They hadn't called a fair game.
No, the only call that I've seen really miss on part of the Miners was the holding back here, and you're going to miss one of those every now and then. But the Miners, unlike the Leopards, the Miners are playing.
I believe this is their second penalty of the night.
Penalty-free football, and.
Penalty moves the ball inside the 40-yard line of Bauxite. Remains second down. We're going to make it second down and 20.
Once again, congratulations to the Leopard fans. We've filled up the visitor side over here. Plus a lot on the sidelines. Nice crowd there from Malvern.
1 receiver to either side. Dunlap's going to be back under center. The Leopards crowd the line of scrimmage. 7 in the box for Malvern. Pitch near side, gets away from the running back. He is going to be buried back inside the 25-yard line.
Once again, the Leopards did a good job coverage there, but the Miners have really struggled tonight with their fumbles and their exchange between their quarterback and the center and some of their exchanges, and it's really hurt them. It's hurt Bauxite at some pretty critical times.
So going to be third down, about 35 for the Miners. Fake. Now dive play up the middle. Wilcox on the carry. He'll get up to about the 32. Brings up 4th down for the Miners, and I'll be very surprised if they go for it here.
Yeah, well, Quante Walker, like we've talked before, the speed of these Leopard defensive, these linebackers, normally that kid would have been gone and could have picked up 10 or 15, 20 yards, but Walker with his speed turned and got a hold of him and brought him down.
Hunter for Bauxite sets up at his own 15-yard line, or just outside of his own 15. Feels a little snap. It is away, almost blocked.
Wow.
Short kick. Browns at the 46, takes a Bauxite roll and be down at the 40-yard line.
Once again, I'm very impressed with this Bauxite punter. This kid hadn't had a good snap all night, and he's got everything off. And that one,
I got a feeling he plays shortstop for the baseball team.
He can get those one hoppers or two hoppers, and puts him in a bad situation because, number one, back there I was never a punter, but I know that you've got to watch the ball into your hands, and you're looking at the ball, down to the ball. You have no idea what the defense is coming in on you. So the kid shows guts hanging in there to pick the ball up and punt it and do a good job.
5:44 to go in the third quarter. Leopards leading 16-0. And Warford on the keeper gets over the 40-yard line up to about the 42. Pick up of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Warford broke some big runs last week, and you've got to know that's on his mind a little bit tonight.
And you got to know that's on the Bauxite Miners defense line. You know, they saw that film, with him breaking loose, and I really think that their focus was to not let his feet beat him.
Warford takes the snap, gives it to Dupree up the middle. Dupree with a first down as he gets over midfield up to the 48 of Bauxite.
Once again, they run that little delay across to right from our right to their left across that center guard, and Dupree has a great hole there and does a good job.
First down and 10. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Leopards leading 16-0 as they come back to the line of scrimmage. At the 47 of Bauxite. Trips left, split right. Warford still working out a shotgun. Takes a snap. Drops back, looking to throw. Near side. Has a man, Dejour Dawn. And he is going to be dropped after he makes the catch. It'll be about the 41 of Bauxite. Should be about 4 yards shy of the first.
I've seen some. I'm sitting here watching this, and that has to be one of the worst spots I believe I've seen. They missed that one by 1.5 yards. If you get his forward progress. So we're up here with Steve Laverne right now. Steve's agreeing with me. At least they had missed it by at least. We have an opportunity to work out.
Steve ever agrees with.
And I'll cover this later with the Lavernes.
One receiver to either side. Warford has 2 tight ends, and he's going to give to Dupree. Up the middle, Dupree hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to fall forward up to almost the 38. It'll be about 1 yard shy of the first.
In all of our years of doing this is the first opportunity that we've had to be sat shoulder to shoulder with Mary and Steve Laverne.
And they're actually hating it.
Yeah, they're usually up on top in the snow and the rain and the heat and whatever, but due to I think a mix-up between locations or whatever, they're right here in the booth with us, and we're also sharing it with the Bauxite crew, so we're some of that background you hear is them, and I'm sure we're talking over them a little bit.
Twins right, split left, full backfield for the Leopards. Give is to Dupree, looking for room. He's going to be brought down probably shy of the first by about a 1/2 yard.
Yeah, Dupree, that was one of those situations when you duck your head and you make a hole instead of waiting for a hole to open up.
We're going to bring up 4th down for Malvern. They're going to spot him, we'll call it 1 yard shy of the first. 3:03 to go here in the third quarter. Leopards leading 16-0. Yeah, marker is, as Steve just pointed out, is at the rear nose of the football at best.
At very best.
I think I just coined the term, rear nose of the football.
Rear nose of the football. Put that on our new network.
Warford takes a snap, gives Dupree. Dupree hit at the line of scrimmage. We'll wait on the spot. And
I'll tell you what.
I think they stopped him shy.
They stopped him shy, and that's a good job by the Miner defense, and kind of surprised that we ran the same play
It's like the referees are going to.
They're going to call for.
Yeah, see, this is a pet peeve of ours.
This is their Leopards are a half a yard short.
Oh yeah. I started to say they moved it. They actually left the ball where it was. I'll give this group credit.
Yeah, they did. They didn't pick it up and throw it to the middle.
Yeah, it's about a half yard. We'll call it about a football length short, you know. And the Miners are going to get the football here with 2:31 to go in the third quarter.
You know, the thing about what's happening, you know, the Leopards have let the Miners hang around, and the longer they hang around, the more confidence they get. So the defense needs to step up here, get another 3 and out, and get this offense churned back up, get it going.
Miners come out on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 38. Give up the middle, not much running room there.
Wow, I tell you what.
Jay Spradlin brought down after about a yard.
Not only that, the Modern Care player of the game, number 42, Quante Walker, was all over that.
Pick him, baby.
I'm telling you, he has had an outstanding game so far.
If you'd like to be the Modern Care player of the game, I can be bought. 2nd down 9. 2 minutes and 1 second to go here in the third quarter. Dunlap sets up and shotgun, looking to throw.
Lots of pressure.
Yeah, he's going to run it. Escapes some pressure. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Gets maybe a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Well, the nice thing about that, coming across, there's Isaac Wright. That's 5'10", 240-pound sophomore, number 66, that stayed there, had the pressure on him, then had the speed to actually run Dunlap down and I guess Dunlap stop him with a 1 yard gain.
Sorry, Ron. Dunlap's walking with a noticeable limp right now. After that last tackle, I'd be very surprised to see him running at this point.
Yeah, he's taking some shots.
3rd down 9. Dunlap drops straight back, has some pressure, escapes one man, now keeps it. He is at the 40 and is going to be run out of bounds to bring up 4th down. He gets to the 41-yard line, pickup of maybe a yard. Flag on the far side of the field.
Motion against.
Flag on the far side of the field. The Leopards are going to decline the penalty, brings up 4th down for the Miners. The punting team comes out, and the shortstop sets up to punt.
Not only that, the Leopards did exactly what they needed to do, Mike. Like I said earlier, after the offense kind of struggled a little bit, defense comes back out, gets a 3 and out, and turns the ball back over to the Leopards to get this offense cranked up a little bit.
Punter sets up at the 25-yard line, gets a good snap this time, a little high, almost blocked again. Good punt, going to be fair caught at the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Leopards will take over first.
Great call by the defensive coaches of the Malvern Leopard. They had fumbled. They had the rush on that one, and that's the first time all night they got a good snap. Any of the three, that punt would have been blocked, Mike.
1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Leopards leading 16-0 as the offense comes back out onto the field. Been a very quiet offense for the Leopards here in the second half thus far, and they're looking to extend this 16-point lead. Warford working out a shotgun, 2 backs beside him, takes a snap, option near side, pitch inside, and that's going to be a gain up to the 33-yard line.
Marcel Bedford took an inside pitch there, and that's something we haven't seen much out of the Leopards, is it, Mike?
No, well, we saw something somewhat similar last week, but this coaching staff keeps throwing in new wrinkles to the offense each week. Bedford working out a shotgun, trips left, split right, Dupree set up to his left. 27 seconds left. Warford looking, throws, pass, tip, caught by Desjardins up over the 40-yard line, and he'll have the Leopard first down. He comes up with a slight limp.
Yeah, that was one that defensively the linebacker got a handle on the ball, but just kind of made it look like almost a wounded duck out there. But Desjardins was right there to pull it in and run, get a nice gain after the catch.
The Leopards not going to have to run another down in this half as the offense trots towards the sideline. And we have reached the end of the third quarter. Leopards lead 16-0. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football.
We are going to have a look in Dr. Deaver's office. Here is his friendly staff. Oh look, it's the Leopard.
I'm pulling for the Leopards. We're going to drill the opponents.
For all your dental needs, call Stephen Efer, DDS at 501-337-9559. No person or animal was harmed in the making of this commercial.
Go Leopard!
Everybody wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Larry's Pizza in Malvern?
I don't know about you, but I like their fresh ingredients in their homemade pizzas.
Well, I like their all-you-can-eat buffets on Tuesday and Friday nights.
How many pepperonis are on one slice of pizza at Larry's?
About like 6 to 7.
Larry's Pizza in Malvern is open Tuesday through Sundays from 11 to 9 o'clock. Their buffets are on Tuesday and Friday nights at 5. We want the Malvern Leopards to have a successful football season.
Go Leopards!
For 40 years, people have been coming to Western Sizzling for one thing: our flame-kissed steaks. Slow cooked, flame-kissed from the top and seared from the bottom to lock in the flavor. Topped off with our famous gold dust seasoning. It's what makes the difference. Flame-kissed, the definition of great steaks.
Gotta get to Western Sizzling. Yeah.
Once again, we return to the pit in Bauxite, where the Leopards lead 16-0 as we get set to get the fourth quarter underway. And neither team has gotten on the field or on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. Leopards led 16-0 at the half. That's where the score stands now. Leopards do have the football in good field position at their about 42-yard line. It's 1st and 10 at their own 42.
The Leopards just haven't got those long drives going like they did last week.
Give off the right side. Jakiri Dupree hit very near the line of scrimmage.
That was actually Trent Block in there.
Oh, my fault.
Yep.
43, I was dyslexic.
I had a 12 and a 21 a while ago, so.
Welcome to the Dyslexic Brothers Sports Show. Gained a yard on the last play, about a yard and a half actually. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Full backfield for the Leopards. Twins right, split left. Warford takes a snap. Give up the middle. And that is Block again. This time Block over the 45 up to the 46-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. We'll call it 4.
Leopards are just trying to run some, get a nice long drive going here and get some first downs and put some points on here in the fourth quarter. And actually, we need another touchdown to put this one out of reach, Mike.
3rd down and 5. One receiver to either side. Warford working out a shotgun, full backfield. Takes a snap, drives straight back, looking to throw, looking towards the end zone, has a man out there, it's Weston Barnes, he's got it for the Leopard touchdown.
That's what we talked about earlier, Mike, that we've had our receivers have been behind their backs most of the night. That one was laid out there just perfect by Austin, and then you've got the speed of Bryston to run under it, and that's the big play that the Leopards have made all year long, and the second one of the ball game. Jesus Torres comes on for the extra point.
Torres sets up. Good snap, good hold. The kick's away, and it is good as well. The Leopards lead this one 23-0 now. 10:29 to go in the football game. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football.
Hi, folks. I'm Darrell Teeter, and I support the Leopards all the way. You need to support the local talent and also the local businesses. And remember what Teeter says, the more we spend on our youth, the less we'll spend on presidents later. So let's keep the kids busy and keep them happy. Let's do our job and support and give the boys a great feeling and fill these bleachers full every night. So come to the ball game and come to Teeter's. We'll see you later.
Everybody wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Larry's Pizza in Malvern?
I don't know about you, but I like their fresh ingredients in their homemade pizzas.
Well, I like their all-you-can-eat buffets on Tuesday and Friday nights.
How many pepperonis are on one slice of pizza at Larry's?
About like 6 to 7.
Larry's Pizza in Malvern is open Tuesday through Sundays from 11 to 9 o'clock. Their buffets are on Tuesday and Friday nights at 5. We want the Malvern Leopards to have a successful football season.
Go Leopards!
At Farmers Bank and Trust here in Malvern, many of our employees are parents of children in the Malvern school system. Farmers Bank wants you to know that we appreciate all you do for our children and our community. Your involvement in our children's lives is crucial to their continued development. Thank you, teachers and staff from Farmers Bank.
Farmers Bank and Trust.
Go Leopards!
Here for you.
Member FDIC.
Back at the pit, and the Leopards now lead 23-0 after a 53-yard touchdown pass to Bryson Barnes. Getting set to kick off now. 10:29 to go here in the football game as Jesus Torres sets up. Another high kick. This one going to be fielded at the 22. And tackle made to about the 35-yard line, 34.
Jesus kicked that a little bit deeper, but still high.
One man down for Bauxite on the far sideline. And he is, it's like it may be a cramp. As the Malvern coach is actually out there helping him get that stretched out, and the Bauxite trainers make their way across the field. It was like a cramp. That's a good thing. We've already had one young man hurt tonight, and that's far more than enough.
Yeah, the Leopard staff was out there real quick to help him stretch that leg out, and looked like Coach Fogelman and Coach Scarborough.
Both teams waiting for the young man to be attended to, and again, we're very glad to see not a serious injury.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the one we saw earlier wasn't that serious. There was some concern on the near sideline as to the injury we saw earlier. Well, I'll be hoping and praying for that young man that the injury isn't as serious as some might have indicated.
Big old number 56, Preston Stanfield, 11th grader for the Miners, comes gimping off a little bit. The closer he gets to the sideline, looks like that cramp has worked out, and we expect to see him back in there shortly.
Dunlap back at quarterback for the Miners. Sets up under center. Give up the middle. Leopard defense right there. Gain to maybe the 35. Pickup of a yard. Bring up second down and 9 for the Miners. 10-12 to go here in the ball game. Leopards lead 23-0.
And that was a pretty quick moving third quarter, Mike, with not many passes. Both teams keeping the ball on the ground, and that's a little over 9 minutes left in this one.
Dunlap working out a shotgun now, looking to throw near side underneath. Pass is incomplete. Was looking for DJ Watson. Watson couldn't come up with the handle, and the clock stops with 9:51 to go.
Yeah, it looked like that kind of wanted to be a little bit of a screen, but the Leopards were all over that one, really rushed him.
Brings up third down and 9 for the Miners. As they come back to the line of scrimmage, Dunlap again will set up in shotgun. His trips right, split left, one man in the backfield alongside him. Drops straight back, looking throw over the middle, has a man. First down for the Miners. He's driven back, but forward progress will put him at about the 46, and he'll have the first down.
Yeah, I saw that that hole open, and obviously the coaching staff did too. Our safety is a little bit soft on that one, and there's plenty of room there between the linebacker and the safety to complete that pass.
Brings up first and 10 now for the Miners as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Now Dunlap back under center, full backfield again. He'll give up the middle. And nothing happening there. Leopards all over that play.
Tell you what, the coaching staff and the defensive line coaching staff, and that's Coach Russell and his crew crew has really done a good job plugging up that middle with the way they're doing their defensive schemes now here in the second half.
Call second down and 8 for the Miners. Dunlap looking to throw. Rolling to his left, throws out of bounds. And that one, couldn't really tell it was 4, nonetheless brings up third down and 8.
Nice coverage down there by the Leopards. He just didn't have any place to go with it. And Marcel Bedford really had that wide out pretty well blanketed. And Dunlap doing a good job of just throwing the ball away and load again for third and long here.
Miners able to convert last time on third and long. Face it once again. Dunlap working out a shotgun. Twins to either side. Takes a snap. Looking to his right now. Forced out of the pocket. Being chased. Has some running room up near midfield. And he'll be dropped at midfield. Lost the football, but they'll say he was down. There's a flag in the backfield, and it's going to go against Bauxite.
Yeah, they called a clip, and the sad thing about it was behind the play, and the young man got a little bit anxious. It looked like the Leopard turned on him just as he hit him, and anyway, it's any way you look at it, it's a clip.
Flag thrown back at the 40-yard line. That's going to be an enormous loss. Would have brought up fourth down anyway, and at this point you would have thought Miners were going for it.
Yeah, I think that's probably why the coaching staff went ahead and took it. Normally, you would decline that with fourth and 5,
fourth and 4,
but the Miners have just consistently gone for it on fourth down. So the Leopards will take a 3rd and 30 and make them earn it.
Ball spotted now back at the 30-yard line of the Miners. 8:46. Clock still rolling. Leopards leading 23-0. Dunlap working out a shotgun. Trips left. Looks to his left. Now going to keep it up the middle, and he is brought down at the 35. No flag on the play as some of the home crowd was looking for a horse collar, but probably a fair tackle.
Big old Trey Broughton just caught him from behind and was big enough and strong enough just to bulldog him down from behind and did not take his feet back out from under him.
Punter set up for Bauxite. Malvern return man set up around their own 30-yard line. Bauxite going to take a timeout. 7:58 to go in the football game. 23-0. Leopards lead. We'll be back after this.
You believe this? My bank sends me this letter saying I don't have free checking anymore, and now I got to pay $8 a month. Forget them. Malvern National Bank has free checking, and I switched. Why not? Free mobile and online banking, a free MasterCard debit card, free e-statements, write all the checks I want, free. No minimum balance. Get serious. I'm not paying some bank $8 a month for checking when I get the same thing at Malvern National for free. There's free checking at Malvern National Bank, and that's what I want.
Hi folks, I'm Darryl Teeter, and I support the Leopards all the way. You need to support the local talent and also the local businesses. And remember what Teeter says, the more we spend on our youth, the less we'll spend on presidents later. So let's keep the kids busy and keep them happy. Let's do our job and support and give the boys a great feeling and fill these bleachers full every night. So come to the ball game and come to Teeter's. We'll see you later.
I like working at Sykes because I get to help people. Helping people is a big part of what I'm about, what I like to do.
I like working at Sykes because it's a good learning environment and everybody is just wonderful. They work with you, everybody's nice, it's just a good place to work.
We'll see you at Sykes.
Back at the pit, Leopards leading 23-0 here at Bauxite. 7:58 to go in the ball game. Fourth down and 21 for the Miners. They just called timeout, so you got to at least keep your eyes open here as they get ready to punt. Good snap. First good snap this punter's had, and he gets off a good punt. It's going to be fair caught at the Malvern 35-yard line. That's where the Leopards will take over 1st and 10. Again, leading this one 23-0 with a little under 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, Marcel Bedford, the senior wide receiver, defensive back there to fair catch the punt, and nice punt. It's I feel a little better for the Bauxite punter now because he finally that was the first
clean snap he's really had.
That the young man had to work with and did a really good job with it.
Warford working out a shotgun as Dupree set up behind him. Excuse me, that's Hardiman. Hardiman with a big, hard run up over the 40 to the 44-yard line. Ball had been spotted at 36, so it's a pickup of 8. Looks like more like 7, but I'm still not sure about our down marker over there.
I'm not sure about that spot either, but
nonetheless, bring up second down. We'll call it 3.
Clock rolling on this with just a little over 7 minutes left in the ball game. Leopards lead this one 23-0.
Warford working out a shotgun. Gives near side, and that is Dupree looking for some room. He'll get up to the 45 and will be about a half-yard shy of the first. Bring up third down. Well, Ron, you commented on it.
That was not a good spot. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you've commented on it several times, but very impressed with the crowd Malvern was able to bring up tonight.
Yeah.
And a good crowd here on the Bauxite side.
Yeah, of course, you expect that when you come to the pitch. You know these Bauxite minor fans are going to be out.
Warford keeps, has some pressure, escapes one man, looking to throw, has that, he drops it. At the 45, we got a late flag coming in, 2 of them actually.
Got a hold on the Leopards.
It'll be interesting to see what Bauxite does here. I've got a feeling Malvern's going to punt either way with a 23-point lead. It is holding against Malvern.
You know, the thing about it is, and then you pick up a 1st and 10, you pretty well ice this one away.
Well, for all practical purposes, you've got to believe that it's iced at this point. With 6.5 minutes to go and a 23-point lead, it's going to take something fairly miraculous for the Miners to come back. To be honest, if I were the Miners, I'd decline the penalty and let Malvern punt the football.
I would too, yeah.
Because I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, because the Leopards have hurt them with long plays.
They are going to take the penalty, and I am quite surprised by that. Ball is going to be moved back to the 35 of Malvern and make it 3rd down and 11. The bulk of the damage run the Leopards have done tonight have been through the air, and you've got to assume now that's where they're going.
Yeah, that's where they've really hurt the Miners is through the air, and with quite honestly the moves and the speed of our D-backs, our wide receivers against their D-backs, and I like these matchups.
Twins right, split left. Warford working out a shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield alongside him. Drops straight back, has some pressure. Going to keep it off the left side. He's at the 40-yard line. He is going to be brought down at the 43. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first, and will bring up the 4th down. He is stopped inside the boundary, and so the clock will continue to run. Brings up 4th down. Malvern offense still out there on the 4th and 3.
I tell you what, he's got a little gimp to him, too. He took a pretty good lick.
Here comes the Malvern punt team now.
Getting out of these situations. And Malvern's going to punt with under 6 minutes to go here.
Clock is rolling, as we said. Under 6 minutes to go in the ball game as Welch gets set to punt for Malvern. Good snap. Flag comes out. Punts away. It bounds at the 25. Takes a great Malvern roll. It's going to be down at the 5. We'll wait and see what this penalty is. My guess is it's going to be against the Leopards.
Illegal call.
It is against Malvern, and I'm quite sure Bauxite's going to have them re-kick it. Great kick there for the Leopards. Unfortunately, it's going to be negated by penalty.
You're outside of the 10-yard line, Coach. You've got to feel that ball. You cannot let that thing get down there when you're standing up on about the
5:36 left in this one. Leopards lead at 23-0, and the Miners have just forced a punt out of the Leopards, and They get to punt it again due to yet another penalty.
Whether or not you want to say anything was lopsided, you've got to cut down on those penalties.
You've got to cut down. There's the Leopards have just not played. Obviously not a penalty-free game, but they've really made some not too bright penalties, I guess.
Well, in a closer ball game, Ron, those penalties could have been different.
Yeah. You go to an Ashdown, you go to a DeQueen, a PA, something like that, in a closer ball game, and that could be the big difference between a win and a loss.
Leopard set up to punt once again, 4th down and 8, and a good snap again. The punt's away, low line drive punt, and it's fumbled on the play, and is going to be recovered back at the 25. It looks like Bauxite was able to cover it. They were.
Boy, there was a collision down on that ball.
There's a young man hurt down there.
He's going to get up.
He got up. Oh, that's our player.
I mean,
Monte Walker down there.
He was going for the ball, and I mean, it was nose to nose, and they're going to get him out here and get a little rest for him.
Tim Dunlap comes back out for the Miners. 5 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the ball game. Leopards lead 23-0. First down and 10 for the Miners. Back at their own 26-yard line. Dunlap takes a snap, dive play. And that's been the bread and butter for the Miners tonight, and the Leopards have been all over it.
Yeah.
Gain of a yard, maybe 2 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 8. We're near the 5-minute mark. It's again like
Clay Broughton goes off, and to get him a breather, he's really played a lot hard in the middle. I'm sorry, Mike.
You're fine. Dunlap under center for the Miners. Give up the middle. Up over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Pick up on 4. Call it 3rd down and 4 for the Miners. Now I was just going to say, just want to express our well wishes once again for the young man that was hurt earlier, Jordan Branson, taken off by ambulance tonight. We certainly wish him the best, and hope that he finds the playing field next week. Very talented young man.
Yeah, really a talented sophomore. Good quarterback, defensive back for these Miners.
Dunlap up under center. Dive play once again. Wow. Leopards all over it. They're going to spot him back at the 33, so pick up a yard. Brings up 4th down and about 3 for the Miners as we go under the 4-minute mark here in this ball game. Leopards leading 23-0, and you got to figure for the most part this is fairly academic.
Yeah, kind of strange that last series, but three dives right into the middle heart of the Leopard defense. That
good snap for the punter. He gets it away. It's going to be a high short kick. And Leopards let it go. It will bound inside the 25 and be down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it.
Leopards take over 1st and 10, 3:24 to go, and Ron, we started winding towards the end of this.
I'll close the book on this one. I'll close the book on this.
I'll probably close the book on it, but there's some good to take out of it, and to be honest, a lot of bad to take out of it. And Leopards are going to have a lot to work on this week, if nothing else. Cutting down the penalties.
Yeah, cutting down the penalties and to get the offense working a little bit better.
Give up the middle for Malvern, gain up to about the 29-yard line is Tim Hardiman on the carry.
The bottom line is, though, you score 23. You come into the pit, you score 23 points on a good Bauxite team, and you keep them out and you pitch a shutout at them. So there's a lot of positives to come out of this one. And
2nd down and 6 for Malvern. High formation pitch, far side. That is block on the carry. He's got the 1st down as he gets up near the 40-yard line.
Holman was in on that series at quarterback, getting the junior work. He plays a lot of tight end and is playing more and more quarterbacking, and probably see more and more of him as we get more into conference play, because you can't have too many quarterbacks, and we got a couple of good ones.
Holman under center. Leopards now working out of a power eye. One receiver to either side. Pitch near side. Cutting upfield, gain up to the, we'll call it the 38-yard line. Trent Block again on the carry.
Block's getting some work at
I said the 48, excuse me, the 42-yard line.
Okay.
We're not allowed to be in the same room with Steve again.
That's right. Steve goes back upside because he's got, sometimes he's got a whole lot better eye than we do.
Well, sometimes we don't say what we think.
Yeah, normally
there's a disconnect.
Normally he comes in and corrects at the halftime, but he's doing it on the go today, and
Give off the left side up to the 45. This time it's Tim Hardiman on the carry.
When you watch the replay tomorrow at 4 o'clock on Suddenlink, you'll really see the quality of the work that Steve and Mary Laverne do, not only in the filming but at the editing, the going home tonight and in the morning, putting the ball game together, putting the commercials together. It's just it's a work of love, and they do a tremendous job and have had for, I guess, 9-10 years, I think, Steve, something like 10 or 11.
Third down and 4 for Malvern. Holman takes a snap, gives to Hardiman up the middle. Hardiman hit in the backfield. He'll lose about a yard there. And that will bring up fourth down for the Leopards.
They haven't set the 25-second clock back yet.
We're inside a minute to go. 23-0, the Leopards leading as we hit the 40-second mark to go in this ball game. Leopard punter sets up. Got the kick away, and it is going to go out of bounds. Good punt. Like they will spot this. Excuse me. At the, I think he's just walking to looking for something. Anyway, he spots it at the 28-yard line.
Okay. Hey, Bob. Okay. Talking to Mary Laverne, and we forget that we're still live on 23 seconds on this one. Like I said, we've closed the book on this one. You want to start the conference out on a 1-0, of course, because you're going downhill instead of uphill. And then to come into a place like this and not only pick up your first conference win, but to go ahead and pitch a shutout, against an opponent like these Bauxite Miners. And the Leopard fans are headed home here with a victory. The Leopard football team is. The nice thing is, Mike, we've escaped a game, looks like without any serious injuries. We got a couple gimped up. But this one's winding down. The Leopards win this one 23-0 here at the pit, taking a win from the Bauxite Miners.